Imagine two people waking up at exactly the same time. The first person immediately grabs their phone. Bad news, emails, social media, stress. The second person quietly opens the curtains, takes a deep breath, smiles at the sunlight. Neither person has earned more money. Neither has solved all of life's problems. Yet by the end of the day, one feels exhausted, the other feels peaceful. Why? Because happiness rarely begins with something extraordinary. It begins with what you do in the first few minutes after opening your eyes. Today, we're exploring 10 morning habits that don't just change your mornings, they slowly change your life. Habit number 1, don't let your phone wake up your mind. Imagine waking up, and before you've even said good morning to yourself, you say good morning to your phone. One notification becomes 10. A stressful email, bad news, someone else's perfect life on social media. Within minutes, your mind is carrying worries that weren't there when you opened your eyes. Now imagine someone else. They wake up, open the curtains, take a deep breath, listen to the silence. For just 5 minutes, they let their own mind wake up before the world speaks to them. Psychologists say the first few minutes after waking shape your mood more than you realize. If the first thing you feed your mind is stress, stress follows you all day. But if you begin with peace, your mind has a chance to stay calm. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, pause, take one deep breath, because the first voice you hear each morning should be your own, not your notifications. Habit number 2, make your bed, even when nobody sees it. Imagine waking up. No one is coming to your house today. No one will see your room. So you tell yourself, I'll do it later. But imagine an old man who lives alone. Every single morning, he carefully makes his bed, not because someone is watching, but because it's a promise to himself that every new day deserves a fresh start. Psychologists say small habits create a powerful sense of accomplishment. Making your bed may take only 2 minutes, but it tells your brain, I can finish what I start. That one small victory often leads to another, and another. Because discipline isn't built through big moments. It's built through the little choices nobody notices. So tomorrow morning, before you rush into your day, take 2 minutes, make your bed. Because sometimes, the smallest habit becomes the first step toward a happier and more disciplined life. Habit number 3, open the curtains and let the light in. Every morning gives you a choice. You can leave the curtains closed, or you can let the light in. A young woman had spent months waking up in the same dark room. The curtains stayed shut. The sunlight never entered. Slowly, the darkness outside began to feel like the darkness inside. Then one morning, she walked to the window and pulled the curtains open. Warm sunlight filled the room. Fresh air touched her face. For the first time in weeks, she smiled. Her problems hadn't disappeared, but her hope had returned. Psychologists say natural morning light helps improve your mood, increase energy, and remind your brain that a new day has begun. Sometimes, the smallest action creates the biggest emotional change. So tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, walk to your window, open the curtains, let the sunlight remind you of something important. No matter how difficult yesterday was, every sunrise is life quietly giving you another chance. Habit number 4, spend 5 minutes in silence. Every morning, the world starts talking to you. Notifications, emails, messages, news. Before long, your mind is full of everyone else's thoughts. A young businessman lived like this every day. The moment he woke up, he reached for his phone. By noon, he felt exhausted, even though the day had barely begun. One morning, he tried something different. He sat quietly by the window for just 5 minutes. No phone, no music, no distractions. At first, the silence felt uncomfortable. But slowly, his breathing became calmer. His thoughts became clearer. For the first time in a long time, he felt present. Psychologists say that moments of silence help reduce stress, improve focus, and give your mind a chance to reset before the demands of the day begin. Sometimes, the peace you're searching for isn't somewhere else. It's hidden beneath the noise you've been carrying. So tomorrow morning, before the world asks for your attention, give yourself 5 minutes of silence, because the most important voice you'll hear today might be your own. Habit number 5, move your body before your problems move you. Before your mind fills with worries, move your body. A young man used to wake up feeling overwhelmed every morning. He would lie in bed thinking about everything that could go wrong. The more he thought, the heavier he felt. One day, instead of staying in bed, he stepped outside for a 10-minute walk. Nothing around him had changed. His problems were still waiting. But with every step, his mind became a little quieter. His breathing slowed, and for the first time that morning, he felt in control. Psychologists say even a few minutes of movement can reduce stress, boost your mood, and give your brain the energy it needs to face the day. Sometimes, you don't need to solve every problem first. You simply need to take the first step. So tomorrow morning, stretch, go for a short walk, move your body before your worries begin to move you. Because a happier day often starts with a body that's already in motion. Habit number 6, speak kindly to yourself. The first conversation you have every morning is with yourself. A young woman woke up every day and looked in the mirror. Instead of seeing possibility, she saw flaws. She would whisper, "I'm not good enough. I'll never succeed." Day after day, those words became the voice she believed. Then one morning, she decided to change just one sentence. Instead of criticizing herself, she quietly said, "I'm doing my best and I'll keep moving forward." It felt strange at first, but over time, her confidence grew, not because her life became easier, but because the voice inside her became kinder. Psychologists say the way you talk to yourself shapes the way you think, feel, and act. Your mind listens to every word you say. So tomorrow morning, before the world tells you who you should be, remind yourself who you already are. Because happiness doesn't begin when life becomes perfect. It begins when you start treating yourself with the same kindness you'd give to someone you love. Habit number 7, be grateful before you become busy. Before the world reminds you of everything you don't have, take a moment to remember everything you do. A successful businessman was once asked, "What's the happiest part of your day?" People expected him to talk about money, success, or achievements. Instead, he smiled and said, "The first minute after I wake up, when I quietly thank life for another day." That one simple habit changed everything. Instead of beginning his mornings with stress, he began them with gratitude. Psychologists say gratitude shifts your attention from what's missing to what's already meaningful. It trains your brain to notice blessings instead of burdens. Tomorrow morning, before checking your phone, before thinking about your responsibilities, take just 1 minute. Be grateful for your health, your family, your home, or simply the chance to begin again. Because happiness doesn't always come from getting more. Sometimes, it begins when you realize how much you already have. Habit number 8, stop rushing through the morning. A mother of 2 realizes she's been running every morning for years. Always late, always stressed. One day she wakes up 15 minutes earlier. Nothing else changes, yet everything feels calmer. Sometimes happiness isn't about having more time. It's about giving yourself enough. Habit number 9, do one thing that makes future you proud. Imagine ending every morning knowing you've already done something meaningful. Read one page, write one paragraph, drink one glass of water, learn one new idea. Tiny victories build powerful identities. Habit number 10, choose your mood before the world chooses it. Every morning the world tries to decide how you'll feel. The news, social media, deadlines, people's opinions. But the happiest people make one decision before any of that begins. They choose peace first. Because happiness isn't something you accidentally find. It's something you quietly practice. The truth is, a happier life isn't built in one extraordinary day. It's built in hundreds of ordinary mornings. Every sunrise gives you another chance, another beginning, another opportunity to become the person you've been hoping to be. You don't have to change everything tomorrow. Start with one habit, just one. Because one small habit becomes one better morning. One better morning becomes one better day. One better day becomes one better life. So before you leave, ask yourself one question. If your morning stayed exactly the same for the next 5 years, would you become the person you dream of being? If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more videos on psychology, habits, and personal growth. And tell me in the comments, which morning habit are you going to start tomorrow morning? I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of your mind because the way you begin your morning often shapes the life you're building.